In 12 years of coaching men, I've never seen anybody get into significantly better shape while even semi-consistently drinking beer. This video is not to demonize alcohol. You're looking at a former sesh head that's in semi-retirement. He pops out every now and then. It's to show you how you can incorporate alcohol, navigating client dinners, navigating social events, letting off a bit of steam every now and then, but not knocking you off track completely. We understand that fitness is forever. That doesn't mean you need to give up alcohol. Now, a lot of people that come into the program might give it up for 12 weeks and see what change it makes with themselves. A lot of people tie alcohol to their identity, but sometimes it's very good for us to have a look at it and see, why is alcohol in my life? A lot of the time it's circumstances. It's where we live. It's our environment. It could be work environment. It could be where we grew up. It could be me living in Ireland. It was just a very regular and common thing. Me and my friends started drinking from 13, 14 years old. It was just what we did. Then as you get older, you start to understand and realize, like, how much of a factor does this play into my life? And does it actually need to be there? So I'm not saying this video is to make you stop drinking alcohol or anything like that. This is more to have a look at it, view it, see it for what it is, see how much it actually benefits you, or on the opposite side, actually take away. Is it a net positive or is it a net negative? And even so, can I implement it into my life when sometimes it's a little bit of a necessity with clients? I understand that. I work with a lot of people that are in corporate level, and it is part and parcel of securing deals. I understand that as well. So it's taking a look at it, see how we can incorporate it while still getting towards your dream physique, but understanding the effects that it'll have on yourself also. So looking at the effects, alcohol is a poison. We cannot get away from that. It's not beneficial in any way, shape or form when it comes to our physiology. Now, is it beneficial for having fun, having the crack, social events, breaking down boundaries with the clients sometimes? Yeah, I do understand that. I totally get that. And sometimes we love just absolutely sending it in a weekend. I'm the same way every now and then. It might be 3 or 4 times a year where I go, look, I am absolutely sending it. 3 or 4 weekends aren't going to be the make or break for you getting into your dream physique, looking, feeling and performing your best. Sometimes there's the trade-off where we look at it and say, like, is this hangover worth the fun that I had when I had the alcohol? That's the biggest question that we should be asking ourselves when it comes to, I drink semi-consistently, but is this worth it? Is it just a Friday? Is it just that I've worked hard for this week and it's just a Friday? If that's what consistently is happening, I can't imagine you are truly getting to where you want to be when it comes to your health, fitness, how you feel within yourself consistently, because that isn't going to drive you feeling better in yourself. It's a Friday. I've worked hard this week. I'll drink. You will never reach your dream physique or how you feel within yourself and wanting to feel consistently if that's the way you're viewing alcohol. It's a Friday. Let's get fucked up. That doesn't work. That doesn't fly. Somebody that's drinking consistently is not going to get to where they want to be when it comes to how they feel, how they look, how they operate. I know people can mask it and they can get through it, but how are you feeling within that? Are you operating at your optimal? Are you looking your best? Are you feeling your best? Are you adding years onto your life? No, you're shaving them away. And don't get me wrong, I've made choices in my life that I know I've shaved some years off my life. I definitely have. And there probably will be the odd weekend over the next year where that will happen as well. And that's okay. And there's an acceptance point with that. But let's not cheat ourselves and let's not caught ourselves within it as well. So the effects that alcohol have are real, and we got to understand that as well. And generally we want to be looking at it at certain cutoffs, okay? So beer just does not work. We understand energy balance. I've plenty of videos made on energy balance and I'll make many more. This isn't the topic on today. But once you understand nutrition, once you understand energy balance, you'll look at a pint of beer and say, is that 250 calories worth it? If it's not worth it, don't do it. As I said at the start of this video, I've never seen anybody get into significantly better shape while drinking beer, even semi-consistently. If you've got 4 beers, that's 1,000 calories. It is complete empty calories. Okay, wine, spirits, a lot better options, a hell of a lot better. 1 shot of spirits, 70 calories. 1 measurable glass of wine, depends who's pouring it, is 125 calories, 150 or so. Obviously, we can see the trade-off. What are we drinking alcohol for? It's to get the buzz up. It's to get a little bit more loose, whatever it may be. If we're to have 4 beers, that might get you rocking a tiny bit. Even 2 glasses of wine for a quarter of the calories is going to get you rocking a lot more. So let's be smart with our choices here. You know, we can still incorporate it, but we can be smart about how we do it. We're not wasting calories. We understand the importance of calories. We understand we don't want to be wasting too many calories. We could look at it and say like, okay, I've got 2,000 calories within the day. Am I going to waste half of them calories on 4 beers? Or am I going to have 2 glasses of wine, 300 calories? I've got 1,700 calories to play with. Now we got to also remember when it comes to protein synthesis and the body being able to break down protein, get the benefits of training. If we're to break it down, I don't want to get too technical with terms. It's usually 2 glasses of wine, 3 shots of spirits. That's generally the cutoff where you can say the next day you can still have a training session and get the benefits. That's just trying to make it as simple as possible for yourself. Or 3 beers. But as we know, beers are just completely pointless. They don't make any sense whatsoever. I understand a sunny day, nothing's better than a crisp pint of beer. You won't get into your ideal shape. Just accept that now for what it is, because I've never seen it in 12 years coaching hundreds and hundreds of men. It has never happened. If you can be an outlier, show me, but I've never seen it. So I'm just being real with my experience and what I've seen myself. It's called a beer belly for a reason. So a lot of people that come into my program will take 12 weeks off alcohol. I never tell them to do that. Never once have I said that. The reason being is just so they can see and really get on top of the habits that are going to drive them and propel them forward in life. But a lot of the time what it'll make people do is like take a look at their habits and see how they actually feel when they knock that out. And look at it for what it is also. Why is alcohol in my life? Does it need to be a part of my life? Okay, I do still really enjoy it, but I want to get into great shape. Okay, this is the point of this video, is to show you how you can still incorporate it. Be smart with your choices and not let it knock you out for a full week and then you're chasing your tail and you're running around in them cycles that continually happen all the time. You know them even better than me, okay? So if we're trying to navigate events when it comes to client dinners, it's very simple. Just make sure that you're choosing the smartest choices when it comes to your alcohol. The lowest calorie for the most reward. So shots, wine, they're going to be your best bet. 0 calorie mixers. We got to be smart then when it comes to hydration. It's extremely dehydrating alcohol, so we got to be making sure we're replenishing our hydration within our body. We're getting enough electrolytes, or electrolyte balances in check. We're getting enough water in ourselves also. So you'd want to be looking at least 4 litres, if not 5 litres of water that day, and the next day also as well. So we have to remember that when we are being measurable with our nutrition, alcohol is carrying calories. It's taking away from what you can be getting from food, which is fine. And this is where it'll come back to the smarter choices that we can be making. When it comes to our wine, when it comes to our spirits, whiskey, whatever it is that you prefer, cool. But don't let it be taking you away consistently from your goals. You have to look at the trade-off over the week. We have a weekly energy balance. If you're having a big night of drinking and then we're not synthesizing protein for 2 or 3 days post it as well, you can already see that that is setting you back so much, and this is where you'll be spinning around in circles all the time. Was that 4 or 5 hours of getting pretty fucked up, was it worth it? Is it worth that trade-off? Is it worth down-regulating protein synthesis for so long? Is it worth feeling like shit for 3 or 4 days after? Is it worth absolutely hammering our sleep? You will not be getting deep sleep, REM sleep, anything like that if you're having a significant amount of alcohol. Look at them trade-offs. Ask yourselves them trade-offs, because life is just a bunch of trade-offs. When you commit more to your work, you're taken away from the time that you can give your family, your kids, your relationships. That's fine. Is that trade-off worth it? Can we make more money? Can we get a better standard of living? This is the same with alcohol, and this is what we want to be introspecting on as well. Is that trade-off of getting pretty smashed for 4 or 5 hours worth the next 3 or 4 days? My body not operating anywhere near its optimal to be allowed to get into proper deep sleep to recover correctly, not getting any benefits from training. You won't be getting any benefits from training, no benefits from cardio. All of these, that's why it's called a poison. Again, I'm not demonizing it. I've been as big of a sesh head as you can possibly imagine. But it's looking at the trade-offs. We got to get real with ourselves. We got to look at it and see it for what it truly is, rather than just thinking we can consistently get fucked up and get into our best shape. That's never going to happen. That is never going to happen. Just get that thought out of your head. But can you semi-consistently drink alcohol and still get to your dream physique? Yes, with the smart choices that we've been talking about. Smart choices when it comes to our alcohol options. Smart options when it comes to hydrating correctly, recovering correctly. Smart choices when it comes to not overdoing it. Because the reality is, when you overdo it, we've seen the pitfalls, we've seen the downsides. We've seen what it does for 2, 3, 4 days post-drinking session. So I'm not asking you to be a Mormon, I'm not asking you to live like a monk, nothing like that. I'm giving you insight into what it actually does to the body, but also the smart choices that we can make around it. And we can still incorporate it, whether it's in the professional field with dealing with clients and so on, whether it's in the social domain with our friends or family, whatever it is. That's totally fine. We can still do these things and get into our dream physique. But we got to understand the trade-offs when it comes to significant drinking, even semi-consistently. That is taking you further away from where you can be at your absolute optimal when it comes to your physique, when it comes to your performance and work, when it comes to your mental capacity, all of these different areas. Psychologically, it's going to have a big effect on you as well. Whether you think you're an absolute trooper or not, it will have an effect on you. So the main thing I want you to look at is view it for what it is. Put it in front of you and see what alcohol is within your life. See the trade-offs that you've been consistently making with it. When it comes to getting your dream physique and operating at your absolute optimal, it's going to be significantly easier with minimal alcohol. Potentially zero alcohol, but significantly minimal alcohol. And here's the thing. Once you get to sub 15, 12% body fat, you can have bigger alcohol sessions and you can pull it back in an awful lot easier. For everybody across the board, it's just about getting there. It's so much easier to stay there once you've gotten there. And I know you're probably saying that, oh, that's easy in your position, like. But this is the reality of the situation, not just from my own experience, but also with all the men that I've been working with as well. We've seen how much easier it is for them to stay there, to hold that shape. It's just about getting there. So maybe that might be a thing for you to be looking at and saying, where can I be in 6 months' time if I massively downregulate the amount of alcohol that I'm taking? In a year's time, depending on what position that you're in. It's not telling you to give up alcohol or anything like that. We can see how we can navigate these events so much better. But it's also to introspect on ourselves and see alcohol for what it is and what the trade-offs we are consistently making within that as well. I hope you gain some value within this. I understand it's a pretty big topic, like when I'm dealing with guys that are in high pressure roles consistently and it is incorporated within their job. I do understand that, I do get that. Life needs to be lived as well. You know, as I said, I like to break out every now and then and I do really send it and I do really enjoy it. But honestly, it's less than a handful of times in the year. I just look at the trade-offs. I see, is this really worth it? Is the 3-4 days post drinking session, party session, big weekend, is that worth the trade-off? Yeah, do you know what? It is. I haven't done anything for 3 or 4 months. I'm really going to go for it now and I'm going to be okay with the 3 or 4 days post it. But also I'm in the shape that I can easily hold it or just make changes over the next week or two to get back to where I have been prior to that session. For yourself, it could be trying to get to that point and then maybe letting the hair down a little bit more with the alcohol. So I hope you gain some value from this topic, as I know it is very prevalent for a lot of people within their lives. You don't need to give it up completely. There is smart choices that you can make, but we can't expect to get into our dream physique while drinking very, very consistently. So listen, if you want to have a call or anything like that, the link is in the description. I'd love to have a chat. Hopefully you got value either way, and behave yourself when it comes to the alcohol.